Welcome, everybody. As Ide said, I'm the Director of Research and Enterprise at the University of York, and it really is a pleasure for us to be hosting this Creative Industries KTN event. I guess it falls to me, even though you're halfway through the day, to say a little bit about the University of York and its interest in the creative industries, which I will briefly do before you get on with all this great networking and activity that you've been doing today. Just a little bit about the University of York. We're a young university. I think we frequently characterize ourselves that way, less than 50 years old. We are also a dynamic and a fast-growing university, and we like to think of ourselves a little bit more agile and fleet of foot than some of those older and ivy-covered institutions that you find in other parts of the country. We were recently voted first in the UK and sixth in the world in 2 league tables for the world's young universities, by which they conveniently defined them as under 50 years old. So we're still in that league for about another year or two. One of our key principles is that of developing the science and the knowledge base of the regional economy. And we've been doing that through initiatives for many, many years, like the Science Park, which is over on the other side of the university campus, through our partnership with the City Council, Science City York, and indeed through the development that you're sitting in here now, the Hub and Heslington East, and the values and the priorities that we've put on working with businesses and working with external organisations. And that's really what this business, the Hub, is all about. I guess what we're trying to create is an environment in which both academics and businesses and other organisations can succeed by providing the expertise, the facilities, and indeed the accommodation for innovative and imaginative businesses. And we were pleased in outlining this story to be shortlisted for the Times Higher Education Entrepreneurial University of the Year Award last year. We didn't win it, unfortunately. There was some tough competition, but I will just mention a group that did win one of those awards in a couple of minutes. There's 3 focus areas in what the university is trying to do, and our partners, Science City York, for the York economy. One of those is biosciences, and we have at least one competing event going on in the university today, which was the opening of our Biorenewables Development Centre, where Vince Cable was here this morning doing that. Another is IT and digital, and that is relevant to activities in the creative industries, and the other is indeed the creative industries. That is one of the sectors which we consider to be one of our foci in York. And we are, I guess, we, the city, the region, are transforming the economy of York from what you might describe as heavy industries and Quaker confectionery into something which is a little bit more dynamic, successful, resilient, high value added, all of which are adjectives that have been used in recent reports on the York economy. Universities are a key player in this, and I guess throughout the course of this morning and this afternoon, you'll hear various bits and pieces, initiatives which the university is involved in and which sort of play into this creative industries space. Those activities cover both creative content and the platforms on which they're delivered. And I thought I'd just highlight a few of them, some of which you'll have heard a bit more detail about, and some of which you may hear more detail about, and some of which indeed may not be covered today. So I'm sure that the Department of Theatre, Film and Television has been mentioned at some point today. This is a really major investment by the university. And it includes facilities like high-definition broadcast, TV studios, preview cinema, 200-seat theatre, soundstage, video and audio post-production. And the point about these is that they are all pretty much about the best that money can buy. And so I don't think we are exaggerating when we say that in these areas we have the best facilities in the north of England. And we have been over and had a chat with the BBC in Salford, and we still think that. And that department is pumping out graduates who can compete with anybody in the country for moving into the creative industries. They are a prime resource for companies that are looking for talent. And we also have those facilities not just for the use of teaching our students and doing our own work, but they are available for organisations to come and work with and to use through our subsidiary Heslington Studios. And I think I've seen Carol Duff, our commercial manager, knocking around somewhere in the room. She's probably told you all about this already, but it's worth mentioning. Wasn't expecting that to happen. We have some really nice research in acoustics and music technology, and it's worth just highlighting that. In the area of acoustic modelling, modelling actual and digitally constructed spaces and the acoustics which can lie within them, and we're hoping to commercialise that technology into major architectural consultancies. Also, whoops, I think I've lost the other pictures which I was expecting to see. Some work on bringing technology into voice training. And I don't know if any of you are fans of the TV programme Hidden Talents, training the general public to be opera singers. One of our professors, David Howard, was using some really rather interesting techniques to get the best out of complete novices to see whether they did have a native talent for opera. We work with the museums across York, and one of the things you'll see if you ever go to any of these museums is their virtual projections, their kind of mix of artifact and film and people. And we have academics that work with the museums on doing that. You know, here's a harpsichord, here's a person playing a harpsichord with green screen capability, put that person on, merge the two things together and give people a more interactive experience. Platforms are important, not just content. And increasingly, there's a changing pattern of software use, reliance on remote computer power, reliance on the cloud. And this is an area which our computer science department and companies there within it are particularly focused on. And so we have created the UShare platform at York for allowing industry and academia to work with software as a service, working remotely and using the cloud. The team that have done that did win the Times Higher Education Award for Outstanding Engineering Research Team of the Year, which absolutely delighted us. I thought was a great achievement. I don't have a slide for it, but I'm not going to finish without mentioning our music department. It's noted for its composition and its performance ethos. It's also internationally known for its research and its creativity in electronic music and ambisonic surrounds, and they've done some beautiful work which is being displayed in various ways across Europe at the moment. And again, they have really excellent facilities for working with sound and music effects over in the Music Research Centre, and we're always looking for external partnerships. My colleague Philip Morris, I think, spoke a little bit about our Digital Heritage Initiative, and this is trying to bring together many of the aspects of the high-tech aspects of IT with all of our arts and humanities and indeed social science research across the university, and trying to bring a new view, a new vision to how we can communicate and develop the heritage potential of the UK, and we're really excited about the things that we're going to be able to do with that. So there's a lot going on in the university. I've really just touched upon a very few things which I think are related to the creative industries. Oh, I do have a digital heritage slide. There we go. That's York. It's lovely. Quite often companies find or complain that they don't know how to get in contact with the university and how to find what it is that they need. I thought I would just leave you with one last slide. It's not as hard as you might think. If you send an email to business@york.ac.uk, then it will come to one of my team in Research and Enterprise. Or you can visit our website, and this works for pretty much any university, in case you didn't know. Visit the website, look for the Business or the Enterprise tab on the front page, and you'll very soon get to a Contact Us and somebody who can tell you where it is that you need to go and who it is that you need to speak to. So I hope you have a great day, and thank you very much.